Hello and welcome to the Sandbox Daily with me, John Jordan. So things have been very quiet at the Sandbox for the last couple of weeks, but it looks now as if things are starting up again. So quite a big news update today that the marketplace is going to go live for the first time with kind of proper cryptocurrency payment system on the 30th of March, so in a few days' time. As with all these things, as with all beta programs, it's going to launch in a sort of controlled manner. Only a certain there's going to be a certain number of kind of creators and certain number of NFTs that are going to go live over time. That will be kind of expanded out, and eventually, kind of anyone who wants to create stuff will be able to create it. That is the plan, at least. But we're having the first phase of the beta rollout, so it always gets a bit complex, doesn't it? The first phase of the beta rollout. Anyway, so 30th of March, 46 artists. So the Creator Fund is a kind of centrally controlled fund where they've been getting artists to create these in-game assets. There are 107 NFTs. You will only be able to buy them with Sand, the in-game cryptocurrency for the Sandbox. 95% of that money will go to the creators and 5% will go to the various funds that are used to encourage creativity. So what is the marketplace? Well, the marketplace is basically just it's a marketplace. So the marketplace is a place where people can buy in-game kind of characters, avatars, in-game items, and they can obviously use those to start building their. Well, they will use those to build their sandbox kind of areas, their games, their environments. And obviously at the moment you're able to do that, but it's not connected to the blockchain. So this is kind of the first part at which we'll start to see how the blockchain elements of this kind of come together with a payment system. So clearly this is interesting in the sense of creators start to earn stuff for this first time, and also we get an idea about how people kind of want to pay, how much they want to pay, what things they want to buy. What prices things are going for. As far as I understand, the prices in the marketplace are sort of set. So it's not like an auction system. It's not like a bidding system. Maybe that will come in future. But basically, these things are going to be a certain number of them will be available for a certain price in Sand. And I guess when they're sold out, I suppose. Not necessarily very clear on that yet. So I'm going to flick through here. So there's these 42 artists, 46 artists. Why is this 42 there? 46. Anyway, you can check them out if you go to the Medium article. So what items are going to be there? So these are all assets that are created using VoxEd. VoxEd is the free tool that you can use to create assets and animate them. Once they are minted onto the blockchain, they are converted into this standard ERC 1155, which is just a standard of assets that can be controlled on the Ethereum blockchain. So what do we have? We have entities, equipment, wearables, and art. Those are the four categories we can see here. This is how you'll filter them in the marketplace. So entities are actually kind of sort of things that move around. They don't have to be kind of humans. I don't think, because you have these kind of healing kind of pillars and stuff. But anyway, they have behaviors. So they could be obviously things that are going to attack you, things that are going to heal you, things that are going to run away from you. Then we have equipment. So we can see here, if you see this little animation, there's an avatar character, and you can equip different things on them to make them more powerful. So that's gear, basically, as we know in the game world. That's gear stuff. There are wearables. So this is creating a unique avatar. So this is cosmetic wearables, whereas this is equipment is kind of changing your stats in the game. So it's two sort of separate things here. And then there's going to be art, which is basically just looks nice, statues and audio and things like that. Which probably won't be necessarily very important in the Sandbox because that's about games, but maybe over time people will maybe as we're seeing with general NFT art, people like making artwork, so maybe that will kind of grow in time. So this is just talking about the initial kind of release of the people who are allowed to create NFTs. Obviously, you don't want, certainly at the start, you don't want people just creating rude items and sticking them on the blockchain. So there is a control over that. We will kind of see over time. And if you want to buy them, you need to obviously have an account on the Sandbox. That's pretty easy to do. you need to have some Sand, some blockchain cryptocurrency called Sand in order to buy them, and you will need ETH for gas fees. So gas fees is going to be a big issue because gas fees are super expensive at the moment, but these are all NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. So even though you're buying them in Sand, you'll need ETH, the underlying cryptocurrency of the Ethereum blockchain, in order to buy them. We'll have to see how expensive the gas fees are going to be. Could be a big issue actually, because I imagine these assets are going to be fairly cheaply priced to begin with, and the gas fees are going to be a fairly large kind of proportion of that. There's a bit of detail here about the scarcity and how these things are going to sort of play out, which we don't have to go into too much, but there's basically a scarcity of NFTs, and that means how many are there and how much power they have. So anyway, the most important thing is it's good to see that the Sandbox is finally something's happening. They've not all cleared off and gone on holiday. Marketplace beta going live, so that's good to see. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is the Sandbox Daily, keeping track of what's going on in what we think will be a really cool user-generated gaming platform. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you again.